Listen, I got a few things to tell you. I've missed y'all, and I wanted to say it's been a beautiful day here at my house, and I bet it has been at yours. I got to see my mama today, and she kept me laughing. I was in stitches all day, and we had us a good little time. We went to a little store, and she cracked me up. This lady was telling her she's pretty. She said, well, she said, I'd find me another man. She said, but there won't ever be another Fred Turner. I just died laughing like, she could just go out and handpick her one, and I was just rolling. And I said, well, Mama, you're right. There won't be never be another daddy. And but we did. We had a good time. And she told them all about, how she had lost all this weight and she wore this little bitty size and how she just really wished that her girls could do as good as her. But boy, she just does so good. I'm just rolling laughing there. I said, Mama, really? Come on now. You don't have to do that to me every time. And but I want to tell you my blessing this morning. Boy, I tell you what, just right off the bat, I was blessed. I went to Oxford and I went by this little thrift store. They had this little table outside, and I saw the table and I thought, I want to stop and see about that because I liked it. Now, it looked like something I'd want to redo, So I stopped and looked at it, and I could hear Bible study. I could hear a man talking about Jesus on the inside of that store, and I started sneaking on in because I want to hear it. And the guy that's the manager there, he used to be in the program, and he was on drugs, and he got out of the program. He didn't want to leave. He stayed. And boy, I tell you what, he's just a blessing within himself. But I heard him talking. He said, guys, this morning when y'all got out of that van, didn't y'all wonder what I was doing? I was walking around the parking lot talking to myself. He said, didn't y'all wonder what was going on? One of them said, well, yeah, I was. I was kind of wondering. He said, well, you know what? I wasn't talking to myself. I was praying. He said, the devil done started on me this morning. I done got mad. He said, we ain't going to lead anybody to the Lord around here and me mad. And he said, guys, we need to bind together and we need to shine for him. He said, we might be the only Jesus. We might be the only Jesus that our customers ever see. And I looked around. There's two other men in there looking around and all those guys and me. And I tell you what, I hope that I never, ever think that I'm too good to go to a thrift store. I hope I never, ever think that, that I'm too good to hang out with folks, because I want to tell you something. I have never, ever been blessed the way I was blessed this morning. When I heard those guys talking about God and what he had done for them, you know what he said? He said, I was walking around praying. And he said, when I got through praying, he said, I began to think about Peter. He said, Peter denied him, and we think about, boy, Peter denied him. He shouldn't have done that. He said, what if you'd been in Peter's place? He said, you knew they were going to crucify Christ. They nailed him to a cross, y'all. It was a brutal, brutal death. He said, listen. He said, what if you'd have been Peter? Would you have stood up for him? He said, because I know me and I know what I'd done. I took off running. And you'll have to read my status, what he said. It was so funny. And, they related to how he said it, the way he presented it. And they understood him. And he said, I'm not that strong. And he said, but if I'd have been the only one, he'd have still died for me. And I looked over there at him. I said, Nick, I'm so proud of you. I said, I tell you what, that is an awesome, awesome, awesome message that you've given all of us this morning. Of course, I was squalling, and the other two men were squalling. All of them were squalling. And I said, I'm proud of you, and I want you to know that I got up this morning, and I got a blessing right off the bat when I walked in your store. And I said, because of you, I saw Christ today. I saw Jesus in you, and I thank you for that. Then I got to come home. I got some stuff done, and tomorrow we're going to be at Pleasant Hill. That's off of Highway 9 where Randy Morris is the pastor. It's homecoming day, and we'd love to see some of you there. Some of you have been sending me messages saying, I want to come and hear Hope's Journey. Well, there's your good opportunity because we're right here in town. Tomorrow it starts at 10:30, and I'd love to see you there. Y'all have a good evening. I'm fixing to go meet Cody and Chris, and we're going to get all set up for tomorrow's singing. And then I don't know which one of them's going to buy me some supper, but one of them's going to buy me some supper. Y'all have a good night.